My 3 ways to get rid of anxiety. No, my 4 ways to get rid of anxiety. Shoot, no, I like this one too. 5 ways to get rid of anxiety. 6 ways to get rid of your anxiety. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chloe and I'm so glad you're here. So today I'm going to be talking about anxiety because let's be real here. We all deal with anxiety and it ruins your life and sucks the soul out of you. Okay guys, but I want to be real here and I want to give you some good practical tips because if you don't do anything to take charge of your anxiety, it's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse, and you're going to continue just to feel like you're out of control in your life. So if you want to regain control, you have to be proactive in your life. So you have to have these rituals and these things that you know you're going to do before and during an anxiety attack to help you just squash that little anxiety down. And I smashed it with a hammer. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so all of these things that I'm telling you guys about are things that I personally do to lower and get rid of anxiety in my life, and so I'm speaking from experience that they really work for me. So please pick one, pick two, or maybe do all 6. Why not? They're all just great rituals and great things to do no matter what, even if you're not trying to get rid of anxiety, but let's be honest, we're all trying to get rid of anxiety. So it's just, they're good things. Oh, and make sure you stick around because the last one is absolutely my favorite one, and it's gonna be what helps you forever rid your anxiety, so you're gonna wanna hang out for that one. So my first thing that I like to do when I am anxious is move my body. Now that can be yoga, that can be running, that can be the gym, it can be ecstatic dancing, anything to just get the energy in my body moving. Because anxiety is coming from the mind and it's coming from this fear of the future and all these thoughts that we're constantly thinking and are constantly racing in our head, and we can sometimes just be like sitting here on our computer looking at everyone's perfect grand old life on YouTube or something or on Instagram, and we're just like, shit, I'm not like that. I haven't done this. Oh my gosh. And all these like mind thoughts, where else do thoughts come from? All of these thoughts keep on coming and racing into our head. And so the best thing to get out of our head is to get into our body. And how we're going to get into our body is by going on a run, or by rolling out your yoga mat, or by going to the gym, putting on even just a song and dancing to it. Like I will sporadically just throughout the day put on like Cardi B and just start dancing to like, I like it like that, do 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 do, I like it like that. So much fun. I do it all the time, and it doesn't have to be for an hour. It's just literally like one song, but that always helps me just like just sort of like pick up my brain and set it aside, and then just like allow myself to be without the stress and the worries of the future and what I have to do and all of that. So move your body is my first tip. Now my second tip is to stop the sugar. Honestly guys, just stop it. Just don't do it. And caffeine. I'm gonna put caffeine in this one. Stop the sugar and the caffeine. It's not helping you. It's not. It just really is not. No one drinks 5 cups of coffee and then goes, I don't have anxiety, I'm fine, I feel great. No, it's like if you deal with anxiety and you eat caffeine, it's a stimulant. So if you are already in an anxious state and then you take a stimulant, then it's just increasing the state that you're in, which is anxiety, which means that your anxiety goes off the roof. I know for me personally, when I drink coffee, like I get super like, oh, I get so jittery and so anxious and so nervous, and so it ain't helping. It's not. Just don't do it. So let's first talk about the sugar though. So I should have really split these into 2, but then it would have been the 7 things that I use to reduce anxiety, and it's like it's getting up there. So I'm trying to keep it in these just 6 little things. So if you have a sweet tooth and if you are eating a lot of sugar in the form of white bread, yeah, so let's see, we got white bread, just white sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, I'm even talking about eating a lot of natural sugars like fruit and honey and dates and things like that. Now, shh, take it easy. Don't go crazy here. I'm not saying don't eat fruit. I love fruit and I eat so much fruit, and I'm a big proponent about getting your fruits and veggies in for the day. But if you are dealing with a lot of anxiety, because like I know I eat only natural fruit sources, right? So if I'm eating something super sweet, it's usually made out of dates. And even though it's natural and it's good for me, when I'm in an anxious state, if I'm eating all of those really quick sugars, oh my gosh, it's just making things worse. And so instead of eating like 3 or 4, 5, 6, okay, instead of eating 8 dates after dinner, what I've learned to do is to eat like raw cacao nibs, which is a bitter. So I get like my chocolate sort of like desire fulfilled, but then I'm also like not making my blood sugar levels go like whoa on like a fun roller coaster ride. And it helps me just calm, center. Now, I'm not trying to demonize sugar in any way. I love fruit, I love dates, I love, dried fruit and all those things. But what I'm saying is that when you're anxious, we're so out here and there and everywhere that eating sugar, which is going to take us on this sort of roller coaster ride and it's gonna sort of make us feel light and dizzy and frantic and all of that, is not going to help us at all. So the energy of sugar is not what we need when we're anxious. We need grounding food. So we need things like avocados and sweet potatoes and quinoa bowls and stews and veggies and things like that. Things that are gonna ground us and bring us back to center, bring us back to the earth. So look at your diet, take out all of the sugar. I mean, you can still eat fruit and all that, but I'm just saying if you're like me and you're like addicted to like dates and prunes and apricots and cranberries, dried cranberries, which are like very, very high sugar content things, and you tend to eat like raw vegan desserts every single night, then you might just want to start eating more alkaline and eating more bitter foods like your sauerkraut. So that's why when we're dealing with anxiety, we want to eat less sugary foods and we want to make our diet more alkaline. We want to make it just, like I said, just very grounding and very nourishing in that sense. All right, so okay, so we already talked about it a little bit, but just like reiteration, no coffee. Like that's matcha, that's green tea, that's like coffee, espresso, latte, coffee, all of that. It's all stimulants and it's all just going to not help you with your anxiety. So that brings me to our next one, numero tres, which is, what is it? Oh, yes. So instead of waking up in the morning and drinking coffee, I love to make tea. And I especially love to make like a nice calming, warming tea if I am very sort of in an anxious state. One of my favorite teas to do right now is holy basil. Holy basil is an adaptogen, and so it helps your body adapt to stress. It lowers your cortisol and it puts you in the parasympathetic nervous system. It has a very grounding taste. I really, really like it. So what I do is I just put a couple sprigs of the holy basil into some water. I boil it and then I cover it and let it steep for about 10 minutes. And then I drink it just like that. I don't even add any honey or anything. I keep it very pure and very just the plant itself, because herbs are so powerful in helping our bodies achieve balance. And so I don't like to mix anything else with that one. I really just like to drink that pure. Thyme tea is also really good too. So you can take a couple sprigs of thyme, again, put it in the water, let it boil, let it seep, and then drink it just like that. And those are going to be very nourishing teas to help you just reduce that anxiety. I also love just making a lot of lattes. And so one of my favorites for calming myself down is drinking a lavender latte, which I will definitely give you guys a link to my lavender latte video so that you guys can make this tea. It is wonderful, it is beautiful, and it is so absolutely calming. It's just so great. I love lavender. You smell it and all of a sudden it's just like all your stress just blows away. So pick up your favorite tea and drink that in the morning, drink that in the afternoon or any time of the day instead of your coffee. Okay, so numero cuatro. Whoa. This next one is breathing. Because honestly, we don't breathe enough. You think you are breathing, but you're not. You guys, we don't breathe. We don't. We're shallow diaphragmatic breathing all of the time. And so again, this is back to like getting in our body, which the best way to do that is by using our breath and by using movement. So breathe, set a timer for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and just do deep breathing, which will put yourself in the parasympathetic nervous system, which will help you stay nice and relaxed. I know everyone says, do meditation, do yoga, do breathing, but there's a reason why everyone's saying it. And just to be very blunt and like, yeah, sort of big sister loving right here, you guys, meditation ain't gonna do you nothing if you don't do it. Like, I know, so commonsensical, right? But a lot of us go like, oh, well, meditation's good for anxiety. Meditation is good for, this. It's good for building the body of my dreams. It's good for making me succeed in my business. It's good for keeping me more productive. It's good for all these things, right? And we love to chat about it. We love to talk about it. We all like to say that we do it, but we don't. And I'm guilty of this myself. So I'm just giving love to all of us here to try and inspire us to actually do it and to get on our mat or to get on our meditation pillow or simply just lie down on our ground or lie down on our bed and set a timer. That is like the best way that I have done meditation is I'll just be like, okay, I'm giving myself this 15 minutes. And I'll put on soft music. It's usually like Tibetan bowls, and then I just zen out, and that helps me so much. And so if you're dealing with anxiety, set a routine. You guys, we all have 5 minutes in a day. I'm pretty sure that you're scrolling Instagram for a total of like 4 hours a day. So if you can just like get off of Instagram or Facebook like 5 minutes earlier so that you can like spend time to be in your body and to calm your mind and to feel at ease and to feel at peace, so absolutely worth it. As we talk about breathing, there are 2 breathing exercises in particular that I absolutely love that are designed to help you get in your body and reduce stress. And I made a video on them so that you guys can watch them and breathe and do them with me. They're super, super good, and I really recommend watching it because you're not going to get better if you're not doing anything. So actually do the breathing exercises. I'm making it easy by putting up a video. So just, yeah. I'm gonna link it down below. It's there. It's there for you guys. But that's just a quick short video showing you how to do the proper breath to really, really be effective in reducing anxiety. Okay, enough going on about meditation. It's so powerful, and I hope you guys do it. All right, so the next one, number 5. Number 5, man. This next one is journaling, and with all of these guys, not everything's gonna work for everyone. So I know some people that are like, I hate journaling, or there's just times in their life where they're like, ugh, I do not want to grab the paper and pen, like that's just not serving or calling me right now, okay? But play with it, see if it is something that could be very helpful for you. I find that just like, I'm holding a lot of information up here and a lot of I have to do this and then I have to do this and then I should be doing this and like this and this and this and this and this and this, and my mind sort of like trying to store and file all these things in, but then it like just won't, I don't know, it'll just like drive me insane. So the best thing that I have learned to do is to literally just sit down with a paper and pen, and I like this better than getting on my computer and typing, but just sit down on with a paper and pen and start writing. Just a stream of consciousness. So don't try and like dictate exactly what you're writing and trying to be like strict and forceful and all of that. Literally just put the pen to the paper and let it glide. Just let it flow and allow just all of this stress and this anxiety and these thoughts that you're holding in your mind just be released. When I journal, again, I always love to just put on, I don't know why I'm obsessed with Tibetan bowls. That may not be your thing. For me, it's super calming. I feel like I'm in like a Japanese sanctuary, like Bodhi garden. It's just like really nice and I really like it. I like that more so than like putting on Justin Bieber. Just kidding. I wouldn't be putting on Justin Bieber ever. Let's just move it on here. We're keeping this going. This is the 6th thing that you should be doing to reduce anxiety, and this is the number one really, so it should have been at the beginning, but I kept you guys here at the end because I wanted you guys to hear all the other good stuff because those are just as important too. But this one's super important. It is do something. Do something. A lot of the times we're so anxious and stressed about oh, I have to, make all of these YouTube videos, and I have to lose this much weight, and I have to do this much, and we're just there's so much stuff for us to do, and it can get very overwhelming. So my advice to reducing that anxiety is to just do one thing, one small little thing. Okay, so for example, my goal is to have a huge YouTube channel and to be making this a living and all of that. So instead of being in my mind and getting so oh my gosh, there are so many things to learn. There's how to, get into the algorithm. There's Google Analytics. There's making thumbnails. There's all these things that I've been having to do. And so what I do is I pick one thing. Okay, today I'm going to make one thumbnail and one video, and I'm going to upload that. So I'm not stressing myself out by thinking of I want to have this huge empire of 30,000 videos or something insane on my YouTube channel. No, I'm going okay, today I'm making this one video. And by taking this one step forward to my goals and my dreams and desires, I'm releasing so much stress and anxiety. It really it baffles me every single time I'm stuck in life and I'm feeling so anxious when it's really, I'm anxious just because I'm not being productive and I'm not doing anything. So my biggest advice is to just a small little step towards your goals. Just the one thing. Maybe just write a headline. You don't have to write a whole blog post, just write a headline. Maybe it's just change your breakfast. You don't have to radically change your whole diet, okay? Just change what you're eating for breakfast. Just one thing, one meal. Just one day a week, go meat free. Just start doing these small and simple things that eventually are going to lead you to your goal, and they're gonna reduce your anxiety big time. So that is it for my tips on how to reduce anxiety. And I just want to say something real quick. You are not a bad person. You are not a weak person for having anxiety. We all have it. And I think that we need to stop stigmatizing it so much and realizing that our world just in and of itself is anxiety provoking. And I feel especially for us millennials right now, there's so much pressure on us to change the world, to own a 7-figure business, to be in the healthiest, fittest body that we've ever been, and to have perfect clear skin, and to be valedictorian of our university, and to go on to master's school and then graduate school, and oh my gosh, there is just so much in our lives that are here to cause anxiety. So you're not a bad person, but there are ways that you can do to help you mitigate this and to help you move through this life so you're not being ruled by your anxiety. And so I hope that you guys do some of these. I want you guys to actually get clear right here, because this is where change happens, right in this moment. I want you to comment down below the one thing. Again, we're doing that tiny little step, okay? That one thing that you are going to do this week to reduce your anxiety. So maybe you think that drinking tea is gonna be a great thing for you. Maybe you're yeah, I need to start reducing my sugar. Or maybe you need to start an exercise routine again and making it a daily non-negotiable to go to the gym or to go on a run or to roll out your mat. So comment down below. Mine that I'm going to be doing is the last one, and it's do something, because that's really what's holding me back right now. And that's the big sort of source of my anxiety, is just feeling there's so much to do. And so I know that if I just pick one or two things to do, then that's going to reduce my anxiety. So I hope you guys found good information in this video. If you did, that means I brought you value, which means that it would be nice if you just liked my video. Also, please subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell button so that you can get notified every single time I come out with a video. It's quite fancy and quite nice, right? Also, I'm on the Instagrams every single day, and I post a lot of good stuff, and I do a lot of good stories, all to teach you how to become a badass at being healthy. So please follow me there, and that's all I'm going to say for now. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.